corridors, where powerful minions of Queen Ashar await us, Naga and their allies.
I see that.
Through that section, we're able to come back into a very low part of the tomb that actually has in many ways escaped the Legion's influence. It's been sealed away since the time of the Sundering. But darkness has been fostered here. Darkness has been growing and overtaking these halls in the millennia since that time. And that is what we enter to discover. Though we need to go in there, go through there to put the pillars to use. And then finally, once we have explored all of those areas, we will unlock a way down into the deepest, lowest depths of the Tomb of Sargeras, where Aegwynn once fought a battle against the Avatar of Sargeras. And, well, we'll have to see what happens there. Let's take a look at some of the foes you'll be fighting. So first off, we have this guy. He's kind of a cross between an Infernal and a Pit Lord. The plan is for him to actually come crashing through the side wall in that main cathedral entrance area, assemble in front of you, and bar your path. We love starting raids off with large, visually impressive foes, kind of going back to Lord Marigar and Isocran Citadel, and onward from there. Deeper in on the first floor, we have this fellow, a new member of the Legion's army that we've yet to see, kind of a melee variant of the Jailer. As we go further into the Naga-controlled areas, this powerful Naga brute will bar your path, as well as this Sea Witch, who commands a powerful Kraken beside her. Now, in those lowest, deepest recesses of the tomb that I mentioned, there is the reason why the Tomb of Sargeras is called the Tomb of Sargeras. This fellow. This is the husk, this is the fallen avatar of Sargeras that once contained the soul of the Dark Titan himself that was vanquished by Aegwynn. But that dark power, a remnant of it, still lingers within him, within this massive construct, within this terrible creature. And we will have to go through him in order to accomplish our final goal in the depths of the tomb. Oh, also this guy. Kil'jaeden himself awaits us. The left hand of Gul'dan, brother to Archimonde, who fell at Hellfire Citadel, and the architect of the Legion's latest invasion and their great plan against Azeroth. Kil'jaeden the Deceiver is the ultimate foe that stands at the end of the Tomb of Sargeras. So that is the raid. So do you guys miss patch dungeons? I mean, I know, we did Karazhan recently, but that was almost more of a 5-player raid. Like, remember when we used to do things like Magister's Terrace or Trial of the Champion? Just a little, like, 3-4 boss dungeon to complement the story we're telling. We really miss that, too. So let's do another one. So, as I mentioned in the raid, you'll be descending in the raid. In the dungeon, you're going up, you're climbing the tower, you're climbing the spire of the Temple of Elune. You'll go through 4 bosses along the way. And your goal here is going to be to use one of the 5 pillars of creation, the Aegis of Agrimar, which will be put to a special purpose at the very top of the tower to open the way. This dungeon will be available both in heroic difficulty, queuable normally through looking for group, and mythic difficulty, and of course, mythic keystone difficulties, as with all dungeons. So again, as we saw with the raid, here's a little 2D cutout, top-down view of how the dungeon's going to work. As you enter, you're actually in a balcony overlooking that main entrance hall, overlooking that first room of the raid zone. Looking down at the space where you would be if you were there, but instead you're going to be climbing up, sort of the concentric rings as the tower narrows towards the top. You'll be going past what was a monument, what was a building to the glory of Elune, past majestic hanging gardens that grew in moonlight, that have of course succumbed to Feltane since then, and minions of the Legion that infest the halls. So a couple of the enemies you'll be facing in the dungeon include this fellow, because what's a fell garden without a fell tree? And this variant of the Moar brute, who will just put a beating on you if you try to pass. So, raid, dungeon. Let's talk a bit about PvP. So, PvP. In 7.2, what we want to do, as well as, of course, having a new season and building upon our reward structures, we want to introduce a new way, a new mode of PvP gameplay. PvP brawls. Now these are very much inspired by brawls in Hearthstone, brawls in Overwatch. It's something we've seen and really enjoyed a lot playing other Blizzard games. The idea here is a week-long event. There isn't necessarily one up every single week. It could be every other week. We'll nail that down. But something that varies up the gameplay, something that changes up the rules and lets you jump into PvP in a new and different way. So the goals of the system, in line with a lot of what brawls serve in other Blizzard games. We want to add variation to the Battleground experience. You know, Arathi Basin is awesome, Warsong Gulch is awesome. Many of us have been playing these maps for literally 12 years now, and sometimes a little twist on that experience is welcome. It also gives us a chance to experiment with some new ideas. If we want to try changing the rule sets a little bit, or trying some new match types, new game types, but we don't know for sure how they're going to play out, if they're really going to have legs, if they're fun as a little, test that we do internally, or there's something that people would want to do for months or years to come. This lets us experiment with some of those rule sets, some of those changes, and the most successful brawls could very well find themselves as permanent fixtures in our PvP landscape. And finally, the goal is for these to just be plain fun, and it lets us do some things that are wacky, a little bit different, but it's okay because it's just around for a week, and if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. So let's take a look at a video highlighting a few of these types, and then we'll talk about it on the other side. So there are many brawls planned, much like Micro Hellblade, that sort of thing. This is an expandable system where we can keep adding new content. Let's talk real quick about some of the things we just saw. So first off, it was South Shore versus Terra Mill, the return of the anniversary battleground, 40v40 craziness in Millsborough. Next, a slight variation on Warsong. It's just the Warsong Gulch map, but how does Capture the Flag play if you can cap their flag even if you don't have your own? How does that change your strategy? How do you change your approach to this time-honored map? We'll see. Next, packed house is what we call this. What if we drop two 15-player raid groups into one of our standard arenas like Blaze Edge or Grand? What does that look like? Is it balanced? I can promise it won't be, but probably. Gravity Lapse, that was the little Eye of the Storm cameo you saw there. Basic rules like gravity don't necessarily apply when you're in Netherstorm. Winter Arathi Basin is one of the cooler ones. No pun intended, sorry. Actually, really didn't intend that. It's Arathi Basin, except the force of Blizzard has descended upon it. And it's not just a cosmetic change. You actually have very low visibility. You can only see